What's up YouTube? Hello knife people, I'm Joe, you're watching Ink and Iron. This is my YouTube channel and we're going to do a knife review today. This is the Spyderco Chaparral. This is a great everyday carry knife. The first thing I'm going to do is just verbally tell you all the specifications so that if you need to translate my video with closed captions, everything should show up in your native language. Alright, so this is a knife by Spyderco, right? It is called the Chaparral. It is made in Taichung, Taiwan. I paid $88 for this several years ago. I want to say it was probably 2017 at the earliest that I bought this. I don't know that you'll be able to easily find this model itself. This is the FRN handle in the gray coloration with CTS XHP steel. So I don't know how available this one will be, but all of the Chaparral models are very good and contain the same blade profile and shape and very similar builds, very slim. So yeah, lovely knives in the pocket and fairly lightweight for what they are and very well constructed. This is an aftermarket clip by Casey Lynch. Okay, so let's go over some specifics here. The blade length on this one is 74.8 millimeters or 2.95 inches. I measure from the tip to the furthest I can get out on the steel stock here. The stock thickness, by the way, measured at this point is 2 millimeters or 0.079 inches. The blade width, so the span in this direction, is 26.6 millimeters or 1.05 inches. As I said, the steel is CTS XHP. That means it is not stainless. This is liable to stain. I live in Colorado. It's a very low humidity environment here, so if you live in the desert or on the arid plains or something like that, you will be just fine. The grind type is a full flat grind. We can see one singular grind from the full height all the way down to the edge bevel. The blade shape here is Spyderco's leaf-shaped blade. That's what they call it. It is essentially a stylized drop point to accommodate the thumb hole opener here. The handle material on this one is FRN, which stands for fiberglass reinforced nylon. This particular color is a dark gray, as you can tell by the near black of this bandana here. And let me show you some black G10. This is the Rake LD51-B. But this is black G10 next to the gray FRN, and you can see the difference in color there. Okay, the handle thickness measured this way is 8 millimeters or 0.32 inches. The length of the handle itself is 93.1 millimeters or 3.67 inches. The lock on here is a back lock. It is disengaged by hitting this right here. You can see it pivots right here at this little screw point here and lifts the lock mechanism out of the way so it folds closed. The opening mechanism is this. It's called a round hole. It is one of Spyderco's proprietary designs, although it does get licensed out to people who are willing to pay the fees. The weight on this guy is 59 grams, very light. That is 2.08 ounces, so 2 ounces for 3 inches of blade, you know, just under, well, I mean, it's 59 grams for about 75 millimeters of blade. It's a very good ratio here. Another thing to mention is that it is ambidextrous. You can see I'm now wielding it in my left hand, and it is just as easy to disengage the lock and get it closed up. The maximum width in the pocket is another measurement I like to take. It's this, so when it's in the pocket or, you know, wherever you feel like storing it with the clip, This is a pertinent factor into whether you're going to be able to slide your hand past it. Say it's in a front pocket of your jeans or something like that. So the maximum in-pocket width is 35.3 millimeters or 1.39 inches. So pretty slim despite the leaf-shaped blade. So pretty cool there. Number of clip positions, we have 2 clip positions. There's nothing up here for tip down carry, only tip up, but you do have 2 clip positions. You can see it's a wire clip originally, so if you like Spyderco's wire clips, you know, this is good to go. If you don't, feel free to get yourself a Casey Lynch wire clip replacement because they're fantastic. They're titanium, and he will do a lot of different anodized jobs on it before sending it to you. And honestly, this is my favorite pocket clip style of all time. Yeah, can't recommend it enough. I have it on several of my Spydercos. Last thing to mention here, the pivot. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in there, but it is riding on phosphor bronze washers. I have seen them myself. I've even taken them out and polished them, and that is why I have such a nice action on here. You can see it basically drops shut for a lockback. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, that's the specifications on the Chaparral. As you can see, we have a sort of next gen volcano grip on here. Here's the Spyderco Dragonfly 2 with the original volcano grip style. This is sort of the next generation on the Chaparral. I like it. It's just as grippy, with a little more, I don't know, it's a little nicer on the hands. This is a bit rugged. This seems to not rub as much for some reason. Maybe it's just the size of the grip texturing on there, but it is quite nice. Overall, just a great blade. I mean, you can see it buries about this deep in the pocket, so you have just a little tail sticking up. Mine's slightly scratched up just from use and abuse. This will cut, geez, damn near anything you want. Let's see, here's some cardboard. No freaking problem. And now I did touch up the edge before this video just so I could show off a little bit. Let's shave some hair. Yeah, it's pretty easy. I have actually shaved my face with this knife before, so I know that it's fully capable of doing very fine cutting work. And most recently I've been using it to cut leather. Here's a little scrap piece. Here's the skin side, the flesh side. But yeah, it's not a problem for this knife. It's great. I've been using it up against a straight edge and just taking, you know, slices and repeatedly slicing leather. It's better to have something to cut against, but yeah, you get the idea. It's very sharp and very slicey. This behind the edge thickness being what was it, 20 thousandths of an inch. That's about 0.5 millimeter. That is right here, right behind the edge bevel. Extremely thin, and just makes it a wonderful, wonderful slicing knife. So yeah, I don't know if there's that much more I can say about it. It's very comfortable in the hand, a fairly neutral handle down here. So even if you've got big old paws, if I hammer grip this with the choil, you can see I have even more space still left over. Yeah, I can get a full 4-finger grip. I do like the choil on this one, especially with a back lock, because then when I drop it, it doesn't threaten to cut me at any point. It just gently rests on my finger. I can clear them out of the way and shut the blade the remainder. Very similar to Spyderco Dragonfly 2. One of my other favorite blades. I don't think I've reviewed it yet on the channel, but yeah, consider this pending. I may actually go with a wire clip replacement on this too, because I think it'll fit. Yeah, it totally would. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. This is just a highly recommended knife. It's well refined, not too flashy, extremely practical, and there's Sal Glesser's maker's mark on there. This is one of his designs, and yeah, he's clearly a master of his craft. I really love it. I am considering dyeing this one. If I do, I will make a video and show you in the future. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I've used this knife for everything from cutting like vinyl tubing to cardboard, tape, paper. I've, like I said, shaved my face with it. I used to have a video about it, but I took it down because the whole dangerous acts with knives was being cracked down on. So yeah, maybe I don't think I'll be able to repost it. I don't think I still have that video, but yeah, it's just great at slicing and doing all the things. I did buy this new from Spyderco. You can see the blade centering is perfect on there. And like I said, I have disassembled it because it's not riveted together. Right? Here's the dragonfly. I have not disassembled this because this backside is, you know, free spinning. Same with the pivot, so that's awesome. Hate that. So yeah, very glad that the Chaparral can be taken down, cleaned out if you need to. The XHP, haven't had a problem with it. Maybe if you live in a muggy, humid environment, it might be trouble for you, but I haven't experienced any misgivings from it yet. It's basically a better edge retaining, slightly more stainless D2, I believe, is the XHP. Yeah, let's get a couple of size comparisons and we'll talk about price point, because like I said, this isn't exactly an available model now. Here's the Native 5 from Spyderco, just to get you a couple size comparisons. I paid $88 for this back in the day. The last price Blade HQ had on it was $95.90 US dollars. I wasn't able to find this model on the site. It's out of stock. So I guess you're going to pay $161 for one of the upgraded versions in the Maple Burl, or you know, the Sun and Moon versions of this. There are special editions now, but you can't just get the cheapo FRN version, which is super unfortunate. I hope they do more runs like this. Let's bring a couple more what do you call them? Common size comparisons. This is the Victorinox Explorer model, and we have an Opinel number 8. This is also a great knife, by the way. I don't know if I've reviewed it, but I should. And our last size comparisons. This is the Viper Knives Bellone. I'm not sure. I have taken it out and about and left some residual bleach solution on there because, you know, worried about COVID. Live with autoimmune compromised people, so I don't mess around. This is M390, so yeah, very good blade. Looking forward to reviewing it on the channel. And this has a first impressions video. This is the Rake, and it is pronounced Rake, as a matter of fact, according to their website. That's the Rake LD51-B. It is the locking blade version. Has a bunch of other tools, but yeah, I'm having fun with it, so it's lying around. Okay, and that's it for size comparisons. Final verdict on the Chaparral, you really can't go wrong here. I wish that it were still the price point that I bought it at, because for $88, no brainer. 161, that kind of sucks, honestly. I didn't bother to look if they were still in the XHP steel. If they are, and you're able to get this in like a Maple Burl handle, it becomes a more professional carry, more of a you know, jealousy-inducing knife for your knife collector friends to admire. I think I would probably still buy it, but only because I've had the experience with this more budget-minded version. So yeah, be on the lookout for more FRN Chaparrals. And honestly, just hoping to spread the word, because I see Spyderco making a lot of lightweight versions of knives, and yet I'm not seeing the Chaparral come back into stock in its lightweight version. So yeah, I hope you're able to get your hands on it in the future, because man, it is just a gem. The last thing I'm going to show you is a shot of this in my pocket. I'm going to throw some jeans on, give you a more realistic impression of how this rides. Okay, now that you've seen it in my pocket, that's it for the Spyderco Chaparral review. It is just highly recommended. Very, very capable EDC knife. Very nice lock back. Gives you excessive strength for the build that you have going on here. So that's it. Yeah, I've been Joe. You've been watching Ink&Iron. Thank you for joining me for more knife reviews and related content for like Swiss Army knives. I also do multi-tools around here, as well as fountain pens and writing equipment. For all that kind of everyday carry goodness, feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on my next one. All right, bye.